Low-value women are a liability, not an asset to their partner. They drop the average value of a couple, and they don't make great long-term partners. And when we say value here, we're talking about the kinds of skills and attributes they can bring to the table, not their intrinsic value as human beings. These types of low-value women are not the ones desirable to build a life, a family, or an empire with.
What's going on, guys? This is Eddie, the African Red Pill. Welcome to the video. In today's video, we're looking at signs of a low-value woman. So this video is a part 1. So ladies, whoever will be affected by these signs of a low-value woman, there will be part 2 and part 3. Once I'm done with this series, I'll talk about signs of a high-value woman. And then we'll talk about signs of a low-value man. Then we'll take it from there. Let's get into it.
Number 1. Delusionally inflated sense of value. These kinds of women don't actually bring much to the table. She just thinks she does. They always say they're strong and independent women that are unmarried by choice, that men are intimidated by them when, in reality, high-value men typically avoid them because they don't want to deal with it. This is why some straight women will say, "A man can't handle me." They live in a fantasy land. Many of them are waiting on this outdated idea of a Prince Charming because the media had sold this to them as kids. And no matter who you are, what you do, a knight in shining armor will come and pull you out of your village and put you in a castle. Some of them even believe they look like the filters that they keep using on their photos. They're the ones who light up candles in order to manifest the man of their dreams. They're entitled. They're usually a single child that's been extremely spoiled, despite coming from an average or below average family, and now doesn't understand their actual value in a relationship or in the world, because their parents have given them everything they asked for without much effort, so they expect the same from the world. In her mind, she's a queen, and in real life, she's just average, works an average job in an average apartment, living an average life. And that's fine, there's nothing wrong with average. But because she believes she's a queen, she's looking for a king, and she wants to change them. She might look at men as a work in progress, as a pet project that needs to rise to the level of her imagination, a level that she's unable to reach herself. That's why no partner is ever good enough for her. High confidence, when not backed by true value, is unagreeable. Many women live in what is possible, while men tend to go for what is probable. And nobody wants to deal with unrealistic expectations.
Do I need to say more? The lady in the video has already explained more who a low-value woman is. But with certain points she gave, I can relate. I've dated women before who thought I was a project. Women who thought they could build me in their own image. Just like the lady said. Which is crap. Because in her own fantasy world she thinks she can build you to her own image, and then you rise to her own imagination. I think that's narcissistic. If it's not, then there's a disorder aligned to that in terms of the person who's thinking they can build you as a personal project. So I totally agree with what the lady was saying here. I totally agree. Let's check out number 2 of who a low-value woman is.
2. They play games. Low-value women play games with men that they believe are beneath them. They feel like they can walk away and not lose that much. They're the ones who walk away just because they want to see you chase after them. She's always testing you. They operate within gray areas. They flirt with others but don't want you to do the same. She operates in drama, in gossip, because creating chaos makes her feel powerful because it's her creating the chaos.
If there's something I hate, or let me say, if there's something I dislike which is not pleasing, are those women who play games with you. I hate games, but apparently these so-called low-value women like playing games because it brings satisfaction to them. Shitty tests or whatever types of tests, I don't like them. But when it comes to tests, I don't blame women, because that thing is subconsciously in them. They'll test a guy without realizing that they're testing him. But those who realize that they're doing a test, that's crap. No wonder you can't find a guy, because most men don't like that. Men are simple creatures. Just do the simple things and you'll be happy. No need for you to complicate things and the like. So ladies who like drama, gossip, chaos, flirting with others, and then if she sees you just looking at another girl, she creates drama out of it. I don't like such. Let's not talk about me, but generally speaking, a lot of men don't like such type of nonsense.
Number 3, insults and shames others. She belittles people. Maybe not you while she's trying to impress you, but others. And it's just a matter of time and positioning until she does the same to her partner. They treat the waiters and the staff poorly. She's impolite through her behavior. Low-value women insult and shame the people they're with. They compare them to the athletes and high-value men just to make them feel weak and ashamed that you can't provide the same level of lifestyle that these other people can. In her delusion, she feels entitled to that kind of lifestyle. And because most women are physically weaker than men, a low-value woman will rely on inflicting emotional pain. She'll dig into a partner's soul and use their insecurity to inflict that pain. She'll reference their mother, father, or siblings as patterns of poor behavior. Low-value women look down on men because of their height or other physical attributes outside of one's control. You see it all the time. The moment they start losing arguments, they go straight for insults. And speaking...
One thing I don't like about certain women, or majority of women out there, when you're having a debate or a conversation with different opinions, instead of them sticking to facts, they'll stick to shaming and insulting you. I remember, I think a few days ago, there's a lady who posted something about Andrew Tate, about him being a toxic man, and then I told her certain points about Andrew Tate and the Red Pill community. Her response was with shaming tactics and insults. But I'm a logical, stoic man. That didn't get to me. So I don't like, and most men out there, not just men, but anybody out there who's logical, doesn't like it when you're having an argument and then you resort to insults and shaming tactics. It makes you look stupid. Yeah, just like it was mentioned in the video by this lady, you have to observe people's actions, not their words. When you go out with somebody, observe how they treat the waiters and the staff. Observe how they treat people out there, outside the relationship. It will inevitably lead to how they will treat you the moment you lose interest or respect in you. So actions speak louder than words. And just like the lady said, I don't like women who compare you to other people out there. You're dating a woman and then she start comparing you to somebody. Like, no, look at that guy, he's doing better. She'll start comparing you to people who've been doing it for a long time. And then you are just a 20-year-old or 25-year-old or whatever. You haven't yet made it in life, but she's comparing you to somebody who's been doing it. In her mindset, she's putting you on the same level of that person. But if you're hardworking, or if you get lucky, in the next generation or whatever, in the next decade or whatever, you end up maybe being level with those guys. But by then you wouldn't even want her anyway. But she's comparing you to them currently as an insult. And as a man, you need to be stoic. If you're stoic, you'll be bulletproof from insults. Yeah, and then most of these low-value women, like the lady in the video I'm reacting to, say they are usually emotionally manipulative. And as a man, if you haven't figured out how to be bulletproof to emotionally manipulative people, you fall for it. Yeah, I don't even need to go into this more. Let's check out number 4 in this first part. What's number 4?
Number 4, loud and inarticulate. There's a saying, money yells, wealth whispers. And it's the same here. You hear it all the time. Loud in public, yelling, screaming, causing a scene, and making no sense whatsoever. For these kinds of women, feelings are superior to facts. She feels rage, so she's right, and you don't dare explain to her otherwise. Low-value women lack the ability to communicate effectively and efficiently. She lacks the vocabulary needed or the ability to chain ideas and explain them in a way that leads to a solution to whatever problem she believes she's addressing. Not to mention, they're causing a scandal even when there's no valid reason for it. These are the in-your-face kinds of women. She throws things. She'll even shit in your bed if she has to. These women will make you feel like a prisoner in your own relationship.
I don't like people who argue emotionally instead of arguing logically, of which is common with a lot of ladies. It's like I usually say, most women are emotional beings. That's their nature. Being emotional is their nature, so it's understandable. But you don't have to be unreasonable about it. If you can be reasonable, and being reasonable is you argue logically. The whole reason of you people going to school, most of you women have got degrees, you've got all these types of educational backgrounds, of which most of them were logical. Of which when it came to doing exams, you'd argue or you'd answer as they wanted you to answer logically. But why is it that when you're arguing outside school, you forget about logic and argue emotionally? I say that's bullshit. Yeah, so I totally agree with the points this lady was giving. As a woman, your money doesn't matter to a man. You can be a billionaire, but if you're a shitty person, then you're low value. Just like Amber Heard. Amber Heard is a successful lady, but ask any woman about Amber Heard right now, they'll describe her negatively. And because of that, meaning she doesn't meet the standards any possible or potential suitor out there would want, which leads her to being low value. So don't take me wrong here. We're strictly talking when it comes to intersexual dynamics, of which we're talking about dating. Yeah, so this thing of talking about a low value woman is talking about her dating possibilities, which is strictly in the intersexual dynamic. Yeah. So let's check out number 5.
Number 5, children from past relationships or marriages. Now this is where all the single mama warriors will jump out at the opportunity to call us some names. But we already told you we're going to be brutally honest here, and this one is about society expectations. Because the truth is, our actions have consequences. It doesn't matter if you were young, dumb, an accident, or entirely not your fault. From an objective, brutally honest perspective, here's how society sees the situation. Someone got you pregnant without any commitment of building a life together. And for the folks outside looking in, that can be a major red flag. That signals to society that this woman doesn't make the best choices. She wasn't able to hold a family together, and now she's trying to build a new one while bringing with her children from someone else. And realistically, that can be a major ask and sacrifice you're looking for someone else to make. The reality is, everyone is looking to maximize the value of their efforts. The children have no fault in this, but that doesn't mean the mom gets a free pass, and the choices you make in the past can disqualify you from certain things in the future. Most men want children of their own. Historically, men care about their legacy. It's been ingrained into their DNA to feel and reason this way for thousands of years of evolution, where only the strong had offspring. They work hard to create the best life for their own children, and every effort, every dollar, every second they spend with your existing kids is one that they have to take away from their own children or future children. And look, being divorced and having children from a previous marriage does not necessarily make you a low-value woman. But look at it like this. When given the choice, where all other variables are equal, things like fitness, brains, beauty, etc., most single men would almost always pick someone who doesn't have an ex and a few kids to bring with them, ranking women with no children higher in the social hierarchy.
And I totally agree. Most single mothers, well, let me speak in generalities here. If you who's watching, or maybe you know somebody out there who's an exception, then good for you. Most women out there are damaged goods. A damaged goods is a low value thing. So a woman who's damaged is a low value woman. Just check out a lot of single mothers. They bring a lot of garbage. Find out they've got a crazy ex, a crazy baby daddy. Why would I want a crazy baby? Why would I want a baby mama with a crazy baby daddy or with a crazy ex? If I'm high value, I'd rather go for something that's potentially untapped, or has got low experience, or has got no baby mama drama, or has got no baby daddy drama. Yeah, so far I agree with all these talking points. All the 5 traits to look out for when it comes to a low value woman are on point. So look out to part 2 of this series. This is where I'm gonna end my video. Hit like, comment on the topic, subscribe if you haven't, more especially if you want to keep up with the series. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.